Hi traders, I want to show you an example of an inverse head and shoulders pattern that's set up on the 5-minute chart on the pound US dollar. We've actually already had a trade that's set up in around this area, but I'll just show you, you've got to be on your toes here in terms of looking for these setups, because you can literally be finished one trade and then get another one at the same sort of area. So you can see we've been in an up move here with price coming down. You see this area of support becoming resistance, becoming support. Okay, remember we had a trade down here on the inverse head and shoulders here that popped up, and you can see now, you see this pop higher, we've now popped into this block. You see this last bullish candle before price broke down. You see the retag or retest of that area, resistance, support, resistance. We're still trading in a range. Okay, price hasn't closed either below or above this area, so until it does that, you can still look for good trading opportunities. You can see the size of the range here, 100 pip range for intraday trading. You can still look to capture some good trades between these ranges, but just understand where you are on the larger picture and what the actual market environment is doing. Okay, so overall we're range bound. We're not in a big strong trend where we want to have a bias towards one direction, or at least be a little bit more cautious if we are taking trades against the trend. So we move over to the 4-hour chart and show you this area here. So you can see price coming back, tests this block here, bounces at this area, rallies. See, it comes right back, slightly deeper. Okay, order flow coming in around this level, stops below this level get triggered. Okay, breakout traders come on board here, and when the breakout doesn't happen, okay, anyone that's selling, they bail on their position. What happens when you actually bail on a sell position? You have to buy back your position, and that causes price to rise like this. Okay, so you've got stops being triggered, as well as breakout traders coming in here, as well as institutional flows coming in below these levels. So here's the rejection coming off this area. We'll also have a look at this area here. We just took a line, trend line from this low through to this high. We just extended it. You'll see price coming and tagging that level. Okay, so this is a key area here. In terms of fibs, we still haven't come deep enough from this low up to this high. You can see the 38 is still below this area, so it's still quite an aggressive market in terms of price not retracing to the 38 even at the moment. If you look at the smaller swing from this move up, see the 38 also just below that area, so the fibs are not really helping us there much. But this area here is a key area. Okay, we've established that we've got key resistance and key support, and price is just really trading in this big range. So it's at this area here and then up here that you want to be looking to structure a possible trade, okay, on the smaller time frame. In this instance, this area down here where price is currently bouncing from. If we look at the hourly chart, let's just do a nice top down. See price has moved down off that range, rallies, finding support. You see it, price drives deeper. Okay, we spoke about this in terms of the order flow, picking up more orders. See, this low is lower than this low, running those lows as well, this key base here. So over to the 5-minute chart, this is where the pattern set up, and you can see price comes down, stalls, rallies, and then drives deeper, and then we see this nice release. So see how we have the possibility of an inverse head and shoulders. And here again, you see this low. This is what I want to reference. In the previous example that I showed you, we had price build a base. Okay, there's no base here. There's no support or resistance flip. Lower down, you could maybe look at this area here, but there's no retest. Okay, there's no retest when price broke out. So this is sort of the area that I would be paying attention to over here. Okay, it is quite deep as well. So in terms of stop loss, you don't need to stop much below here. Okay, in 14 you can see 20 plus your spread. We just step this forward a little bit. You can see price starting to come down. You can also use your fibs. We draw it from this swing up to the high. You see the 886 lining up very nicely. Okay, so you could look at the 79 area, but there's no reference point in terms of a support resistance area there. Okay, that area there lining up with 886 is pretty interesting. So that's the level there. I'd be looking to place a buy limit. In terms of targets, okay, what we want to look at here is the hourly chart. Now we've got, you see this larger swing here. We've got obviously this high up here, and then you see this last bullish candle before price breaks down. This is a order block, as I call it. And if you just have a look at this area here, you see our price is held as resistance, back to support, breaks through, retests resistance. See that block there, resistance, comes back, holds a support briefly, pop up, and then this is the release down. This is where it actually starts, closes below. You see the commitment, comes back, retests this candle, and then we see this drift. So in terms of targets, we understand that, remember, we're coming off that key daily area up here. Alright, so I really don't want to be, you know, too aggressive looking for new highs. We've been running up towards highs here when we've had big rejection. See the 4-hour chart? That's big rejection there, okay? So looking over to the daily once again, okay, that block right there, we're getting some selling pressure come off, and we're stuck at that support area. So just understand the overall picture. So in terms of trades, I'll be looking at a possible buy here, stop below here. The targets, we've got this range as well up here. You see this spot lock, okay, also not a bad area. So you could even be targeting up there about 40-45 pips, very aggressive up in this range. So in around this level here, I'll be looking to take that position off. So if we go to our new pending order in our platform, I want to enter a buy limit at 58. We go 21 pip above the high plus the spread, so we at 4, okay, and a stop below here. Let's see what 10 pips looks down. So 10 pips below that low, okay, that's pretty good. We've got this trend line and this area here. The thing with these patterns, as I said, you don't need massively big stops, okay? If price does spike and take you out, you know, that's part of trading, okay? What we want to look at is we want to look at the expectancy over the long term. In terms of risk reward, if you're risking 10 pips, we just place this in here. If you're risking 10 pips and the target is up towards this block here for 40 pips, you're getting 41R on your trade, okay? 4R on your trade, or 41 risk reward is very, very good, okay? Now we just have a look. Let's just have a look at this base here in terms of targets on the hourly. We've also got this little block. We've already tapped this block once. See this area here. Also tapped this area right there. See this white bullish candle. Price closes, comes back, retests. Okay, so we've picked up some orders there, and we've picked up some orders there. Also that 58.66, nice area of support becoming resistance. So, and that's going to be the target. If we go to our 5-minute chart, just step this forward, see what happens. Okay, so there's your spike down. Okay, left equals right. Immediate bounce off that area. I'll just step this forward. Now, in terms of managing these trades, you can micromanage. I'm not a big fan, just because price on a small time frame like this comes back on you very quickly. Okay, I'm trading at key high time frame levels here, and I'm looking for, you know, some decent R or risk reward in the trade. So first area of resistance here, you can see it hits the level. You want to see price now come back and close above this level if it's to move anywhere. Step this forward. So there's your commitment. You see our price comes back. See, closes above, comes back, retests on this candle. So once we get that release, we then want to start seeing price move up a bit further here. Okay, so now you see we're taking out these levels. That's good for the trade. You see support, resistance, closing above. I want to put a take profit in. I'm looking at this 58.66 level. That you can just actually see this block right here, this bullish candle for price break to the downside. 58.64, I think it was going to be the target. So just modify this. 58.64 is my take profit. I'll just follow this along. See how this area now holding as support comes back. We test on the next candle. Okay, we're looking for a little pop high here. See, it's testing resistance. Okay, now as I said, you can get your stop to break even here. You know, it depends on how aggressive you are. As I said, I like to just leave my stop where it is for now. It's such a small stop loss in terms of the risk reward. I like to give the market a bit of breathing space. So I'd like to see this area hold on a micro level. See, in terms of time of the day, it's starting to move into the sort of end of London, so liquidity starts to dry up here. The price pulling back. Okay, just about, and I'll take profit area. See, we've closed above the highs. That's good for the trade. Just have a look at the hourly chart. I'm going to flip through this. See our prices showing some signs of some bullish candle action here. See, we're referencing these lows. See this dealing point, support, resistance, support. Hasn't quite come down to that block yet. Now it's popping up. You see it's coming into this area here. Okay, so I want to just look at taking profits at that area, up 36 pips. You could look at getting your stop to break even now. The last thing you want to do is get taken out, you know, losing money when the trade's so close to your target. Still, you see that hourly area we spoke about, you see how it's rejecting off that area. See right there? Okay, look at taking profits there, but have your target in play and just watch and see how price moves. See how price comes down, testing this block now for a little pop higher. Okay, so there's your profit taken in there. We're out for 40 pips. Okay, so we had a 4 to 1 R on the trade, which is real nice. And I just want to show you price moves up here a little bit longer. See, it taps this block here. Okay, keep an eye on these areas. And we've got this area up here. Okay, it does pop higher, and then eventually we get a heavy release to the downside. So just understand the overall environment, okay, and pay very, very close attention to these blocks. Okay, they're very, very good for trade management as well as looking for confidence in terms of entering the market. So that was an inverse head and shoulders pattern that's set up on the 5-minute chart off a key area of support on the daily and 4-hour chart.